This is the 2018 Maruti Suzuki Brezza and it's got one big change. No, it doesn't get a petrol yet, but it does get an automatic transmission with the diesel engine. It's an AMT, and before we delve into why it would have been a difficult one for Maruti to crack and what it ends up performing like on the road, we're going to tell you about what else has changed on the Brezza. But before we carry on, don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell to stay notified. This orange color is new, and it is a bit... Also, sadly, the bright blue has been discontinued. Other than that, there are no changes in dimensions or design. Everything looks pretty much the same unless you opt for the ZDI or the ZDI Plus, which get black alloy wheels. Then there's this chrome garnish. It was there earlier as well, but now it's standard right from the base LDI variant. And well, that's it when it comes to the design. Which lets me jump ahead to features, and that's where I'd like to talk about the reverse parking sensors, which are now offered as standard right from the base variant. This is because in the future, it will be mandatory for all cars to have this, and Maruti's brought them into the Brezza well ahead of schedule. And talking about safety, the Brezza no longer has the VDI optional or the LDI optional variants because dual airbags, ABS, EBD, ISOFIX seats and the seat belts with pretensioners, all these features are now offered as standard across the range, which is... And that aside, there are no changes in the equipment list. You still get Suzuki's Smart Play infotainment system and the cabin design is unchanged, which means the quality of plastics and textures is not as good as the competition. With that out of the way, let's take a look at what's under the hood. The Brezza carries over the 1.3-litre diesel engine unchanged, and in manual version, it carries over the 5-speed gearbox. The automatic gearbox is available as an option from the V variant, which makes it the most affordable automatic diesel SUV on offer today. So, how does it drive? Well, it is quite surprising. Okay, we weren't expecting this combination, the DDIS 200 and an AMT gearbox, to work out well. But it has. This is the DDIS 200. It has more torque, and as we've seen with the manual Brezza, it has more turbo lag as well. I mean, under 2000 RPM, it really feels quite dead. So when you're driving around in the city, you end up working the gearbox a lot. But what they've managed to do with the calibration of this AMT is very good. Let me be clear, this is actually nice to drive in the city. You don't feel the turbo lag as much. The way the gearbox logic is designed, it doesn't shift up too early. It holds on to a gear to make sure that you've got the drivability you need, and at the same time when it makes the shifts, you don't get that head nod jhatka. It is also very smooth in stop-go traffic or when reversing. That's an area that can trip up many AMTs. I think I know how Maruti have managed to do this special configuration. What they've done is they've dialed down the throttle responsiveness a bit. So if you want to go faster, you have to push in a little bit further on the throttle pedal now. So if you want to drive fast and drag it, just tip the gear lever onto the left, take over manual mode, control the gears as you please, and that will give you the more spirited driving experience. And you can see in the standing acceleration runs that the Brezza trails by over 2 seconds when compared to the manual. But that wouldn't be a big factor for most people. After all, the Brezza felt at home on the highways too. So if you have any doubts about highway usage, wipe them away because this is effective even over there. The shifts are prompt, you get the punch that this 90 PS engine has to offer, and it works just well. So is there a downside? Well, Maruti claims that fuel efficiency for the AMT version is on par with the manual, but our tests prove otherwise. In our tests, it turns out that the AMT version of the Brezza delivers about 17.5 kpl of fuel efficiency in the city, whereas the manual delivered around 22. And when it comes to the highway, the difference is similarly about 5 kilometers. But 21 kilometers per litre on the highway isn't something we'd, talk down about. And that aside, the Brezza with the AMT does not get cruise control. So, other than that, any shortcomings of the Brezza AMT are familiar ones. One area where we would have liked to see a difference would have been the ride quality. The Brezza has this slightly stiff feel, and in the city over our broken roads, it feels, well, a bit too firm. You end up feeling the road surface a lot. And while we do feel that the ride quality has improved a bit, it's not quite enough. Well, that's about it. So if you're looking to buy the Vitara Brezza in 2018, keep in mind that it's still a very familiar package. And its annoyances are familiar too. The interior plastic quality is plasticky and tacky. The ride quality slightly improved, but still firm. But the good sides also remain intact, so it's very well packed in terms of features. And while you do have to pay a bit more for the variants, they are packing in more as standard in terms of features and safety now. So they justify the price tags quite well. But when we come to the automatic, things get a bit interesting. We'd like to now say that if you're thinking of buying a Vitara Brezza now, it might just make sense to go for the AMT as default, because it takes care of that turbo lag. It makes it much nicer to drive on a day in, day out basis. And yes, there is a bit of a penalty in terms of fuel efficiency when compared to the manual, but it's something that you could live with considering it's still pretty fuel efficient. And when you consider the 50,000 rupee premium in context with all of this, it still seems like money well spent.